There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, we welcome racers and race fans, one and all, to the World Center of Racing and round number 5 of the Ultimate IndyCar Cup. It is the Daytona International Speedway, and we get set to go racing for what should be an amazing 17 laps of racing action as we get set to end off the first 10th of what will be a very long 50-race season ahead of us. We're happy that you joined us here tonight. As you can see from the point standings, you can already see the trend starting to form. Looks like it could be a 2-horse race between Donovan and Mayhew, separated by just 1 point for the points lead. As Mayhew, of course, I believe took home a very solid finishing position, whereas Harold Donovan crashed out at the Worldwide Technology Raceway just 1 week ago. And still with 2 drivers, Ron Dangle and Carter Thompson, yet to score points on the season for us here tonight. So it should be an absolutely phenomenal race for us here tonight as we get set to go racing for yet more racing action for the Ultimate IndyCar Cup presented by Tucson Sound Art. And I have to say, it has been a very wild start to the season, and you know that there's only going to be even more changes coming on up for us in just a short little while. There is going to be, I would say, a lot to look forward to when it comes to kind of keeping an eye on the season as a whole. As you can see, a warm-up just underway, 5 minutes left. There's Harold Donovan, points runner-up, and when he's not crashing out, he's definitely the one to watch. Let's ride on board for a lap with the number 62. way up, almost maxing out the rev limiter all the way down the front straight and into the tri-oval, and Harold Donovan, of course, slamming the gears back down into first from 300 all the way down to 130. It is going to be an absolutely thrilling race here tonight. There have been quite a few changes so far that have been made on the season, most notably around 16, 17, 26, 29, 38, and 49, with multiple different tracks coming in for iRacing on the surface. So we will be switching over some of the schedules, and we'll be getting into what changes, what tracks will be where, so we get set to go racing here tonight. We'll talk about that a bit more in tonight's race. For now, though, it is time for the starting grid. Stephen Colon randomizes his way up to pole position with Connor Wiggins in second. Brandon Mayhew is third. Brian Grigsby in fourth. Jim Halpin and Betty Johnson in row 3 with Dirk Diggler and Diane Ringler on row 4. Richard Wood, Nathan Ormond on row number 5. Roger James and Josiah Remus in 11th and 12th. How about that for Connor Wiggins, one of the few drivers that has not scored points starting on the front row. Could this be his night? Christian Russell in 13th with Nathan Christensen in 14th. Parrish in 15th. Dwight Schrute down in 16th. Peter Graham's in 17th with David Byers in 18th. Ron Dangler's 19th with Major Dad in 20th. Harold Donovan, points runner-up in 21st with Austin Tyler in 22nd. Dusty Waggles in 23rd. Lance Callahan in 24th. Andrew Lemke, Isaac Clark, Carter Thompson, and Hank Hill round out the 28-car field from the World Center of Motorsports. Happy that you're joining with us here. We get set to go racing for 17 laps. Take one more quick look at your point standings. How about Lance Callahan, Betty Johnson tied for third coming down to the Worldwide Technology Raceway. That is bound to be one heck of a race as they look to duke it out for third place in the point standings here tonight from Daytona International Speedway at the road course. Of course, not going to be racing on the oval at Daytona throughout the season. We'll be going to Talladega, though, later on in the season, and we'll get into all the likes of that in just a moment. For now, though, it's time for the green. Lights out, Stephen Colon gets away well and looks to cover off Connor Wiggins in the mad dash into turn number 1. The field thunders down into the first corner and out through the S's right next to the pit wall, and already Colon clear by about 4 car lengths. You see Brandon Mayhew now up to second place, looking to try to run him down as they go through the International Horseshoe for the first time. Jim Halpert falling back in third place as Mayhew has broken it clear. 1.3 seconds now from Jim Halpert, and Mayhew looking set to continue to try to run down Colon, still hanging within a 2-second gap. You can see Brian Grigsby still holding on to whatever spots he can up in 4th place. Harold Donovan has already moved up 5 positions. He's up to 20th place now and looking to continue climbing as they hit the oval for the first time tonight. Richard Wood, Betty Johnson, Dirk Diggler, Diane Ringler, all under a blanket as they fire down into the bus stop chicane. Oh, one car locks up, and Connor Wiggins goes off course all the way at the bus stop chicane. Going to come back out on track at the number 76. But the Winfield number 76 machine and Connor Wiggins started on the front row. It is not going to be his night as he has to slam on the binders and wait for the field to go by. What a save, though. Take another look at this one. Just locked it up, cut the chicane, and that just put him way offline. Almost got into the barriers. Then crossed back over onto the grass. So Colon leads the way for lap number 1. Mayhew 1.5 seconds back, and then 4 seconds back for the leaders. You got Jim Halpert continuing to drop down. Grigsby under fire. Betty Johnson, 3rd place in points. Tied for 3rd place in points. Takes the outside line through the kink. Richard Wood looks to try to follow Grigsby through into the braking zone. And the number 90 car going to find himself up another position. Maybe not, though. Looks like Grigsby's not done fighting this one out. And, oh, he's too deep into the kink that leads it back out onto the oval and goes head on into the barriers. That is a very easy mistake to make, but Brian Grigsby now finds himself all the way out and down of this race. Peter Granson, how about Granson started 17th? He's already up to 6th place on just the second lap, looking to take the high side into the braking zone on Dirt Diggler. Can't get Richard Wood as well in the brakes, but he will get Diggler. So the DoorDash machine falling back. Nathan Orman looks like he wants to have a go at him. We've also got Diane Ringler in the mix of this as well. Roger James is just tucked in behind. And Mayhew is already caught up to Stephen Colon down into the braking zone. Mayhew looks high, but he will not be able to make the move through one. How about Christian Russell being put under pressure for Nathan Orman? But Russell's going to take the high side from Dirt Diggler and easily gets back by. So Russell moves up to 7th place. Richard Wood takes the inside on Peter Granson into the International Horseshoe. And he's not done yet. He's going to look to blitz past Jim Halpert as well as they approach the kink. Breaking for the West Horseshoe. Russell, Granson side by side. Halpert looks high, trying to defend both lines at once. Nathan Christensen dropping down the order. Looks like he's gone off course as Granson holds the inside line all the way through turn 6. Take another look here on what happened to Connor Wiggins, and that is how close he was to running into the safer bear on the inside line. Great job. The 76 to keep out of things. Here's what happened to Nathan Christensen. Locks it up at the West Horseshoe, goes deep, and can't stop, just keeps it out of the barriers again. And this long train of cars only slowing themselves down as they look to battle amongst themselves. Roger James takes out the inside of Nathan Orman. Orman will tuck in line. You got Harold Donovan charging up through the order as well. He's up to 12th place now. And they're side by side just up the road. Donovan's coming to pit road, so Harold Donovan already into the pits. Is that a scheduled stop? I wouldn't think it is. It seems a bit early for scheduled pit stops, but it might be. Remember, 35% fuel tank limitations. That is set to become 45%. I believe starting next week at Five Flags. I believe it'll be starting next week or the week after. It's just a hornet's nest of cars. It almost looks like it's lap 1 out there with how many overtakes are taking place left, right, and center. These drivers not giving an inch. Oh, Richard Wood's off course. Richard Wood way off the track. Clips the barriers, but he's going to keep it steady. He has to slow, though, to wait for a good spot to rejoin, trying to find a hole. I don't think he will, though. Maybe just found a way to get back on the racetrack safely. There's the move for the race lead. Mayhew takes the outside into the chicane. Cologne's fighting back, though. They almost bang wheels through the inner loop on the back straightaway. And Cologne holds firm in the fight for the race lead. What an amazing race we're seeing from Daytona. Russell looks to take the high side on Nathan Orman. Stephen Colon now in pit road, and now these are for scheduled pit stops, as I'm figuring out. Drivers you have that little fuel, they're going maybe about 4 to 6, maybe 7 laps on a run if you get lucky. Down hard on the brakes into turn number 1. This long, snaking line of cars. I can tell you right now, the one thing keeping them this closely packed together is that oval. They can just reel each other in the second they hit the oval, and it is just keeping them all condensed in one long line. You've got 5th place all the way back to 16th. It is amazing that we haven't had any really major incidents in this group yet. So, of course, for Brian Grigsby, who went way off at turn 6 and nosed it head on into those tire barriers right there, actually. Roger James looks to make up ground. He just got past Will Parrish, and you saw him pick off Christian Russell as well, so he's looking to fight his way further up the grid. How about Orman and Diane Ringler at the lead of this train? Orman takes the high side, and Remus is going to sweep past Diane Ringler as well as Brandon Mayhew bails to pit road. Betty Johnson is also in. This could be the exodus that we're expecting any moment. Third place is in. Fourth, taking a look from the aerial shots, and looks like it is going to be a mass exodus of drivers. Just about everybody in this train coming out of pit road for their first pit stops on the day. Oh, and Dwight Schrute's really going to check up the number 11 car of Will Parrish as he entered pit road. Stephen Colon, there you can see him working his way back up through the order. But not going to retake the race lead. How about Brandon Mayhew? 8 seconds clear in that brief pit window because Colon got so held up, battling, I think, with Nathan Christensen. One by one, drivers steadily leave pit road. There's Harold Donovan up the inside of Dirk Diggler. Donovan on a charge, now has to try to get Diggler on the exit of the International Horseshoe, which he does. Jim Halper, next one in his sights. Problems here for the Sonax machine. That's the 73 car. Whoa, way deep, and into the barrier. Knocked part of the front wing off. So looks like he'll be having a bit of struggles with that car on downforce. Likely will have to come down a second time in the pit. Unfortunate for David Byers, who was already having a half-decent day, but that's just falling apart. David Orman in the number 27 trying to close up on Remus. Remus looks low, trying to get around Diggler. All the while Harold Donovan continues to make up plays. It just got up to 5th. Dwight Schrute looking to battle it out with Hank Hill into the braking zone. And even further back, how about this for a fight? The 92 car of Austin Tyler taking the high side from Lance Callahan, who's going to go through. Unfortunately, so will Carter Thompson. Nathan Christensen having a big off over at just on the exit of the chicane, and already slow. That damage, or has he run out of fuel potentially? I think he ran out of fuel, waited one too long. Side by side through the S's for Remus, who is going to look to. He's going to lose a spot to David Orman and is trying to hang on against Dirk Diggler as well in his DoorDash 82. And on the track, you can really see just how condensed everyone is as Stephen Colon just broke past Brandon Mayhew for the race lead. Remus takes the high side on Dirk Diggler as they once again hit the oval for the 7th time today. It'll be 10 laps to go in the line. And the sun continues to crest towards the horizon. Isaac Clark way down low. Down to the apron, as a matter of fact, of his USR machine. It's a bit of an interesting situation going on there for Clark. There is Will Parrish looking set, try to close up just a little bit more. Harold Donovan, Betty Johnson going to go 2 abreast into the tri-oval, and I would not be surprised if we saw Donovan braking later in the turn 1. How about that, even in the braking zone, and Johnson carries momentum high side through. And Betty Johnson hangs on to 3rd place for now against Harold Donovan, but how long is this going to last? The rest of the field starts to settle down into the way it might be for a good portion of this race now. I think where we've got our set groups, and those groups will start to divvy up a little bit more as pit stops hit for the 2nd time at about maybe 4 to 5 laps or so. There's Brandon Mayhew's attempt to get back around Stephen Colon as they hit the oval. Just got a much better run on the exit. Stephen Colon Malone's not done fighting, though. Betty Johnson having major struggles, let's see, into the braking zone at turn 6. Oh, locks up too deep, just like Grigsby. Clips the barrier, and you saw it. That just ripped the suspension apart on Betty Johnson, who was going to be having to retire out of this race because of that. On the nose here of Major Dad as he continues to try to close up to Will Parrish. There's a nice view of a Dallara IR18 gearbox if ever you wanted one. Over halfway through as Donovan hits third place, so does Granson from third and fifth. Isaac Clark will pit a little bit earlier, so will Diane Ringler. Much brighter, or a much broader spread of pit strategies, it would seem, as there's Roger James looking to take the high side from the 45 car of Major Dad. They almost banged wheels. Through the International Horseshoe, you can still see Major Dad pulling the outside lane from Roger James. That was down to the International Horseshoe. That 45 car doing a phenomenal job on trying to make up spots and keep them. Looks for Hank Hill, but the Menards machine is going to cover him off. How about Christian Russell with a head of steam? Gets past Parrish. You ride on board with him now. The gyro camera really showing you just how severe the banking really is. Race leaders, Mayhew and Cologne both hit. Problems for Austin Tyler, maybe. This would be down once again. Oh, way too deep and goes hard into the barrier. And Andrew Lemke went in with him, so he just followed him in. They both nosed it into the barriers in a huge way. Jim Halpert will inherit the race lead. And everybody else in that pack, save for Major Dad, is coming into pit road. So pit stop's very much underway. Major Dad is taking the gamble, though. He's going to go long with the likes of Jim Halpert and Brandon Mayhew and Stephen Cologne. Whoa! Big trouble there. Richard Wood had to really check out to avoid crashing into Russell as he exited his pit box. Lucky that you are invulnerable for that brief moment, or that would have been a huge wreck. So it looks like a lot of these battles are going to kind of split apart into their own little splinters now, and we'll be seeing only a couple of maybe 2-3 car scraps at the most. There's Donovan and Granson, who are still a bit tight together. They both pitted at the same time, and they exited around the same time. So let's see them side by side. And Will Parrish just got past Ringler. Oh, Jim Halpert, I think, tried to enter pit road, but missed it. You saw him enter pit road for a split second, but then bail back out. I don't think he was going to slow down in time, so he decided to take another trip around. Mayhew's going to get back past Major Dad, so... Oh, hello! Halpert slow in two. What on... Oh, no! He missing the pit road. He's run out of fuel. Halpert with no fuel is going to park that car in the middle of the racetrack on the racing line. And that has got to be a safety car, and sure enough it is. Halpert slow, and he's not the only one. Look at the track map. Major Dad also stopped. They both gambled on going long. They went one too many. And both are going to have a rough ride with a long tow back to pit road. So we're under caution. first time at the World Center of Racing. Now we will have another attempt at going green flag racing gear. Good number of drivers all still on the lead lap, 21st on up. I'm stunned. I didn't think that we would be seeing that. I mean, Halpert and Major Dad are usually so careful on their pit strategies throughout the season to make sure that they don't run out. This is a new one. Talk about not quitting while you're ahead. Pit road will be opening this next time by when the field comes around behind the safety car, and I would be shocked if we didn't see just about everybody coming into pit road, because you do still have to make one more stop yet on the day. If you pit now and save a little bit under the safety car period, you will be able to make it to the end of the race, especially with there only going to be 5 laps to go this next time by. Everybody has made it 5+ laps on a fuel tank so far in this race. It only makes sense. Come on down in, get a full tank, don't have to worry about pitting until the end. Just now, Brandon Mayhew and his DHL number 3 machine is going to catch up to the pace car with pole sitter Stephen Colon just behind him. And oh boy, what's happened to Roger James? You can see him tumbling down the Whoa! A big crash with the NTG data entry. What on earth happened to you? Coming into turn 1. Turns in. Oh, wow, you're kidding me. Slammed into the pit barrier, just misjudged it horribly. I don't know if he wasn't focusing or what, but that is a huge shunt for Roger James, and that's going to see him now way to the back of the field. Listen, he's not the only one with problems. Ron Dangler's off course at the West Horseshoe. 29. Oh, locked it up. Oh, nosing it in, and you saw the front left tire bobbling. Something happened to the 94 or the 91 here of Dusty Waggles. Oh, looks like he just had to slow down. I think I didn't realize he was supposed to overtake a stranded Lemke. Most of the field has caught the iRacing safety car, so we are going to be opening pit road this time by, where the field will get the chance to come down. We'll see if anybody opts to gamble and stay out, maybe save enough so they won't have to pit again. But I'd be shocked if we saw anybody make that call. Drivers might be looking to hang out here. I think that's Christensen I see. I do believe those are drivers that are allowed down, so they're not allowed to come into pit road this time by. And sure enough, you can see everybody on the lead lap coming into pit road. And that is of no surprise. Hank Hill is also in. So is Byers, Grigsby, Tyler, and Hill. All right, pit stops underway then, under caution. Mayhew led them in. Can he lead them off? Whoa, bit of a hit there. I think that was Grigsby. Whoa, one car clears the pit wall and is overturned on the other side of the pit wall. That was Connor Wiggins, I think. What on earth happened there? What is going on under the safety car period? I'm going to back the footage up big time here so we can get an idea of exactly what just transpired. Oh, so it's with Richard Wood. I think Wood's already pitted. Wiggins is trying to overtake him. So I know Wood's turning in for his pit stall here. Wiggins just didn't realize where he was and bounced up and over the pit wall and upside down. I'm at a loss. That is a new one for me. Richard Wood turned into his pit stall, didn't realize Gracie was there, and Christensen stranded. 4 crashes now under the safety car period. I'm at a complete loss for words. He most likely just locked it up and went way deep. So a wild safety car period, but looks like the carnage will come to rest as everybody except for 2 cars are caught to the pace car. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with you in just a few moments.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
Welcome back to the World Center of Racing, where we're still under the safety car period. You talk about a wild string of events. You had 3 cars go into the same barrier, and then you have 1 car roll over in pit road. But it looks like we're getting set to go racing now. It'll be 3 laps to go. Lights out aboard the safety car. Still got 17 drivers up on the lead lap. Talk about some of the schedule changes that have been made with the latest iRacing bill, bringing a few new tracks to AI Racing on the service. Starting it off all the way around 16, so not for a little while yet, but on round 16, the Circuit Jacques Villeneuve will be replacing the Hungaroring. So we'll go racing for our only race up in Canada. Circuit of the Americas is replacing the Hockenheim Ring for round number 17. Round 26 will be replacing Mid-Ohio. You'll be having round 29 with Winton replacing Okayama. Of course, Winton, a brand new track to iRacing in general, not just to the surface. Round 38 will see us to the Autodromo Nazionale Monza, replacing around over at Oldham Park. I'm sure that's one thing that not a whole lot of people are going to be complaining about. And one more that people probably won't complain about. How about round 49? We're going to be racing in Australia at Phillip Island. How about Talladega Superspeedway? So you get a pair of a 2.6 and a 2.5 mile speedways to end off the season. Just when you thought the season couldn't get any crazier, Talladega gets put under the schedule. Connor Wiggins got the wave around. He was in front of all the lap cars when the lead lap cars, when the pace car lights went out. So he's catching the field. He's also trying to catch up to Ron Dangler, Major Dad. Dan, of course, one of the drivers that went down a lap when he ran out of fuel to bring us out of the first safety car period in general. He, along with Jim Halpert, who's also one down. All right, folks, time to place your bets. 3 laps to go from Daytona. We get set to go racing once more for round number 5 of 50 in the Ultimate IndyCar Cup presented by Tucson Sound Art. Pace cars into pit road. Brandon Mayhew takes us back to the green flag. He gets away well, 9/10 up, making a second now on Stephen Colon. And Colon's starting to drop back. Remus locks it up in the International Horseshoe, takes the high sign through, and he'll pick up second place. On board with Jim Halpert and Will Parrish, excuse me, the number 11, 6th place, trying to close out. There's Nathan Ormond. These helmet driver's eye views. The 27 car, you can see trying to close up to Carter Thompson up the road. Drivers trying to sort themselves out as they strike the oval for the 15th time today. You can see Remus still looking to potentially be caught by the number 70 car as they continue to work their way up through the field here. Apologies for the glitches on the timing screens. There we go, got that all sorted, and back is Peter Granson trying to get around Isaac Clark. How about Donovan looking high on Remus? No move being made though into turn 1 as they hit 2 to go. And there's Nathan Ormond, the number 27, trying to catch Diane Ringler. Will Parrish starting to drop through the field, and something has happened with Parrish. You're going to take another look at it. The number 11 car with major problems. This is into the S's. Oh, just cut the turn 2 S's by the pit wall a bit too close and ripped the front left suspension apart. Off the racing line, though, so no yellow. We stay green. How about the 91 car? Dusty Waggles taking the high side away from Nathan Ormond. The 91 Aero Machine is going to find his way through. Oh, and a big check up there for the 18 of Christian Russell. Isaac Clark getting up and past Carter Thompson. Oh, lock it up though for Isaac Clark. Still makes the chicane. How about that? And not about to give up yet. Remus charging after him as well. Looking up there, Donovan Mayhew's in pit road. Mayhew couldn't make it back. With 2 laps to go, do any of them have enough fuel? Brandon Mayhew gives up a race win. Harold Donovan takes the line away from Remus into turn number 1. Remus looking to fight back though. High side through turn 1. Side by side through the S's, almost banging wheels. And Remus forces the issue. Oh, but he's off course. Josiah Remus takes second place and immediately outbreaks himself, slamming into the tire barriers on the final lap. Just took the high side away and then went way too deep forgot what a brake pedal was. Slamming into the Bears. Oh, in more trouble. Connor Wiggins. Ultimately, the big crash on the tri-oval. What is going on? And Wiggins was side by side with Granson, all out of control. Got into the apron, slammed himself into the wall. What is happening at Daytona on this, the final lap? Stephen Colon in this Pennzoil number 16 trying to hold on from Harold Donovan. Slinging his way into the bus stop chicane for the final time tonight. And with 2.6 seconds between them, Colon has got nothing to contend with. And it will be the number 16 out of turn 4. NASCAR turn 4, that is, as Colon wins at Daytona. What an insane final lap. And the battle is still raging on. Lance Callahan trying to hold on to 5th. Ringler takes the high lane. Doesn't get there in time. Oh my gosh. And looking at Andrew Lemke, it looks like he had a problem all the way down in turn 3. Whoa, way deep. Just kept it out of the turn 1 barriers. And then this is what happened over in turn 3. Just like Remus said, 2 deep on the brakes. Identical carbon copy accident. All cars are across the line. I'm at a loss for words as to what we have just seen. We'll take a look at your official post-race results here in just a moment. Colon wins at 2.7 over Harold Donovan. Peter Granson rounds out the top 3 with Isaac Clark and Lance Callahan also in the top 5. Diane Ringler just lost out to Callahan in the drag racing line for 5th. Carter Thompson in 7th with Russell in 8th. Nathan Orman in 9th. Dusty Waggles rounds out the top 10. Dwight Schrute, Richard Wood, Dirk Diggler are the last cars on the lead lap. And then you got Remus, Wiggins, Halpert, and Major Dad. With the likes of Will Parrish, Hank Hill, David Byers, Ron Dangler, Brian Grigsby, Austin Tyler, Betty Johnson, Angela Lemke, Roger James, and Nathan Christensen to round out the 28-car field from an absolutely, I'm going to go out and say, a fantastic run at the World Center of Racing. Donovan's back to the top by almost 20 points as Mayhew had to pit one more at the end. That's all the time we got for one night. When we go back, it'll be time to go short track racing once again. Five Flag Speedway coming up for round number 6. We'll see you all there. I've been Ola Rempel, and this has been the Ultimate IndyCar Cup from the World Center of Racing, presented by Tucson Sound Art.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the street light, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about sound art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.